Are you gonna roast me to oblivion?
Yes. I am an informative, educational channel, Bran. I've never been mean to anyone.
That's bullshit. I've seen your clips.
I should review his NA account as well.
My NA account is literally like AR7.
Based. Oi.
Listen, I'm a busy guy, you know. There's weeklies in Overwatch to do as well. No!
First things first, I heckin' love the Wolf Lord.
What a New Year's gift. Is this a bad take to say that I preferred this Abyss to the last Abyss by a mile?
Yes. Yes, it's a very bad take. Patrick. Why Patrick?
Because then if anybody ends up remembering him in later quests and they say, oh my god, that's Scaramouche, he can be like, no, this is Patrick. And also because his English VA is called Patrick. I don't think Patrick's a bad name. Wait, what did you call yours? Baby
Remy.
Girl? Oh, wait, Remy is in the rat from Ratatouille?
Yes. Did you not see him inside of his mech? Listen, okay? Ratatouille is my favorite mecha anime. So whenever I see a character that's a mecha thing, I want to make a Ratatouille reference, okay? Like, it just is what it is.
I gotta rewatch Ratatouille. I must have been high when I saw it. Okay, let me explain this because I know this is gonna be bad. Okay, a quick little disclaimer to your chat and everything as well. So I don't really do the Abyss. I do it for fun, but I don't really do it too much. I'm not a whale or anything. I spend a bit, but definitely not a whale. And I mainly pull for characters and level them up based on overworld stuff. So I have this habit of leveling characters to 80 instead of 90, even if they need it, because the resources needed from 80 to 90 is so much that I can get like 30 or 40 levels out of another character with those resources.
But you have a level 90 Cole. Why?
Yeah, okay, so that was a punishment.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, chat made me do it. Also, the same with Traveler, even though I don't actually regret that much, because he's kind of cracked when I build him, but he's not built right now.
Okay, so who do you main? I mean
Diluc.
What good character do you have built? So sorry, I asked the wrong question.
Motherfucker, listen up, okay? Okay, the four characters that I will say in terms of the characters that I use a lot is Diluc, Ayato, Sino, and Ito. But Ito and Diluc share a weapon because I haven't got Wolf's Gravestone yet.
Since we've got the Wolf Lord and Abyss, we'll be doing Ito. Your cookie's not leveled up, which is unfortunate. But
should I level her? I've been toying with the idea.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'll get into like the recommendations much later. Okay. But first, like, reflex on this account would be that like I don't want to do for this Abyss probably like Ito second side, and some sort of like Nahida Hyperbloom with Kuki.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, because I think for this Abyss, what I did was I think I used the Diluc team, which is usually like Diluc, Bennett, Singshaw, Kazuha, sorry, and then the Ito team for the second half, which worked pretty well.
Are they currently geared actually?
Yeah, they're geared. He just needs the weapon switching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, definitely geared. Wait, why?
I'm an Ushi main, okay?
Understandable. What set are we on?
Good question.
Okay, that is
terrible. Yeah, he's not fully built. A lot of my weapons need leveling as well, which I need to get on top of badly.
Do we have? No, we do not. Okay.
I'm so bad. Is it the Exile set that he uses, or?
Yeah. Okay, we've got Zhongli. Now let's make sure he's on the right weapon. Come on.
Hell yeah, he is.
This is unacceptable.
No! What?
So
How could you? My Hyper Zhongli! Oh, you were gonna hate me after today.
What should the last one be? Am I using Bennett on the other side? Probably not, so I guess I could use Bennett.
I actually changed this build up last minute because, yeah, it's really bad. Because I was using him as DPS.
Based.
Wait,
why is he on Noblesse then?
Well, yeah, because I switched it up. I switched it back up to support.
Well, why does he have 100 ER then? Why do none of these pieces have ER substats?
Yeah, I know. It's bad.
At least we'll go for an ER main stat because we kind of fucking need it.
Definitely.
But okay, I guess we can't really use Bennett in this team then. We can use Kokomi, I guess. Sure.
Oh god, okay, yeah, good luck. Oh yeah, have you ever tried Heliclee? Yeah, Heliclee was sick. It was really cool. Yeah.
I'm sure it was. Why is the weapon level 80? That's fine.
Because I only just got it on the last banner.
I see. I'm gonna take a wild guess and assume you don't have any instructors as well. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I never really kept
Makes
the
sense.
less than 5-star artifact. 'Cause I didn't even know until recently.
Where's your emblem?
Bro, I never want to hear the name of that domain in my life ever again. Bro, I farmed that for straight up a month, back to back to back to back to back. I got like 0 usable pieces. That domain sucks. I hate it. I hate it with my whole being. Everybody told me that Crimson Witch was the worst domain. Ain't no way.
Why is she not just at least ascended? Man, it's fine.
Afterwards, you should give me some advice and I'll actually note it down. And then in like a couple of months or something,
we'll do it again.
Yeah.
First of all, weapon for Kazuha. Let's fix that. Thank you very much.
Genuine question here, dude. So many people said that Iron Sting was like his best in slot for either free to play or whatever. But what is better? I thought Iron Sting was actually like really good for him.
The thing is, his burst is very good. So you want to get his burst like consistently, and the amount of ER that you need to get his burst consistently is, well, it depends on the team, but in a lot of teams it's really high.
I understand. So because I used the Luke, that it's usually okay for me, but in other teams it wouldn't be. Okay.
But even with the Luke and Bennett, like if you want to get his burst consistently, you probably need a decent amount of ER, to the point where with Iron Sting, it's very hard to get enough ER through your substats.
Yeah.
So at that point, you just play Favonius, you go full EM, and because the Favonius effect, like the passive, is so much better than the Iron Sting effect, because Iron Sting is it's damage on his elemental damage, but Swirl isn't like increased by this.
Yeah, but
and most of his damage is swirls.
If you see it as crit rate,
that's fine.
Really?
That's fine. Good. No, I mean mine has like 30. Like it's
okay.
It's enough because he hits a lot of times, right?
Yeah, true with the swirls and everything. True.
And usually he's hitting an AoE, which means that and each individual hit can crit, right? They're independent.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you're gonna do with Tartag here, because I haven't really built him fully yet. So, oh damn! Everyone was telling me to level her, and then I never did. Tried her out in events and stuff, and she was OP as hell.
Yes.
But I was just like, I don't know.
What's your best piece? Like, what's your best artifact, Brian?
Ito Sands.
Okay, what's your best artifact that I could put on Changli?
Like in general, I don't know.
Yeah, like flower or feather or like attack, or I guess this is fine, or like a circlet. Oh, that's fucking insane. All right, we're just gonna use that then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, so a lot of your talent levels are like not leveled for this.
Yep.
So it's not gonna be ideal, but it should be good enough.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, a lot of my talents need a lot of work and my weapons need leveling. I just get sucked into the artifact grinding. I'm excited to see this. Wait, my shank leg does damage? This boss is so annoying.
Yeah, it really is.
That's
especially when it
RNG
gets the
too.
crab. Wait, let me just. I have my coffee in the way of being able to see my cooldowns.
It's the caffeine buff. Jesus.
Finished without my burst, unfortunately, because Bennett doesn't have enough ER, and I should probably put a little bit more on Changling as well, but we should be fine.
God damn. Okay, fair. I didn't expect my Tartak to hit 121k.
Yeah, he'd be hitting 200k if he was built.
Oh yeah, Ethos is C1 too.
Wait, I want to finish with my burst. Well, didn't finish with my burst.
Close enough. Yo, this team's actually cracked. I should use Tartag more. Beautiful. I love my Ito, dude. My Ito is so fucking good.
What? Why does it not? It's fine.
Oh, whoa. This is one of my favorite bosses in the game. How does that make you feel?
Fuck you. We're getting our burst back. It's fine.
Yeah, he's just vibing.
Alright.
I'm worried for this damage. I shouldn't have been worried for this damage.
Was not the best, but
I mean, that's like the same
That's
time as my actual team that I used, and that was with a fuck up on your part, so that's telling. Ay, ay, ay. I also think these enemies are very cringe.
yeah, that's a good take.
I don't like that they still hit you with the erosion shit, even if they hit you during an ult.
Yep, that is bullshit.
Yep. The damage is a lot, dude, on Zhongli I don't know. This is the one that I struggled a lot with. I had to do this like 5 times to 36 star. Oh my god, he's probably got it though. They're all so low.
Wait, actually.
God damn. That was cool though. That was actually really cool to see because I've never used, obviously, Tartag or Zhengling in the Abyss. See them together, they are cracked together.
Yes, so Child Xiangling, right? People call it international because it's, I mean, I'm sure you've heard of national.
Yeah.
At the time when Child came out, right, we only had Leva and Mondstadt out, right?
Uh-huh.
And then when Kazuha came out, we still only had those 2 regions, but Kazuha's from Inazuma, and
Okay.
Child is from Snezhnaya,
Uh-huh.
which means that it was basically the only team in the game where you could have, like, with Child and Kazuha, and then one character from Mondstadt and one from Liga, you could have a character from 4 different regions.
Yeah, that's fair. That's interesting.
It's a very, very, like, it's a good team. It's been good, basically, since way before Kazuha came out with Sucrose.
Yeah.
But people didn't really play it that much because it took a while for people to realize like how to play Child properly. But as soon as people like actually realized that it was good, it's been meta ever since, basically. But it's a really, really strong team, and more importantly, it's really satisfying. Especially because here it was against single target enemies, right?
Uh-huh.
But when you're against AoE, especially if you end up leveling up your Viridescent Hunt, let me show you what it looks like.
Oh god, okay.
I'm just gonna use Venti Burst to like get them close together, and then I'll just start attacking.
Yeah, good luck with
You'll
that.
see what I mean by this is very satisfying.
Yeah, good luck with using Venti Burst.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't have Venti. I'll use Kazuha hold E then. It's fine.
I didn't get Venti, and then I was like, okay, this Abyss. That Abyss at the time needed like a boatload of grouping, but I was like, I want to get Kazuha over Venti, and I wouldn't have had the funds to pull for both, so I decided on Kazuha instead.
I see.
I do not regret it.
You get a lot of numbers on your screen.
Yep.
And it's very, very satisfying.
Jesus.
Oh no, I failed the domain. Like, when you actually, like, build a team properly, you do that while also seeing, like, Xiangling vaping for fucking 70k.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, with what you have, if you actually invested into your child, you could probably get, like, 300, 350k crits on his burst.
What the? Okay, fair.
The main thing about this team is like, in order to play it properly, you want to get a double swirl. Are you familiar with the concept of double swirls?
No.
You know how when you swirl an element with BV, it reduces the opponent's elemental resistance, right?
Yep.
Did you know that this effect can like coexist with different elements at the same time? So you can reduce multiple different resistances at the same time.
As in if you
swirl 2 different elements, you'll reduce
okay.
both resistances.
Uh-huh.
This team relies pretty heavily on being able to get swirls on both Pyro and Hydro.
I see, okay.
There is a pretty easy way to do that, though. Strap yourself in, okay, because we're going to talk about elemental gauge theory.
Okay, let's do this.
All right? I hope you're ready, okay?
I will never be
I'm
ready.
going to show you some
sure.
magic, okay?
Okay.
I want you to look, like, right here under his health bar, there's going to be elements, right?
Yep.
If I do Bennett into Child, it's gone, right?
Okay, yeah.
But if, on the other hand, I do Child into Bennett, oh, it's not gone yet.
Oh, okay. So does that mean if you swirl that, it's still gonna swirl Hydro?
Yes. Another thing, if you're standing inside of Bennett's Burst, even if the enemy isn't affected with any element,
Yep.
Kazuha will infuse with Pyro, and he can apply Pyro onto the enemy and swirl Pyro.
Yeah.
If you combine these 2 things together, you do Child E into Bennett Burst, into Kazuha, hold E. We get the damage bonus on both Pyro and Hydro, which means that in just basically by doing your abilities in the right order, and it's literally 3 abilities, so it's pretty easy to remember.
Yep.
You end up like basically gaining like 20 to 30% DPS.
Jesus.
If you just don't do that. If you do your like setup normally, very cool. Nice. Right? 46k. 68k from 46.
Okay,
that's a
big jump.
Yeah, it is. Let's show some more teams. Actually, I'm down to
yeah, I
show you a few things.
I'm down. One of the biggest things with this, I say this again, with my account in general is a lot of my characters I feel like can be built really well, but it's the lack of artifacts lack of artifact loadouts. I hate swapping and swapping all the time because then I already took a note of all the characters beforehand, so I don't care about today. But like doing that every time is just annoying.
That's questionable. This abyss is really bad for testing shit. I hate it so much.
That's fair. Okay, this will be interesting. Ay, ay, ay. Jesus. I've never seen this team.
Yeah, so this is
that's
solid.
Nuts. Wait, that's solid?
Yes, this is solid. So here's the thing you need to know about Theory Craft, okay? We're very hungry, okay? And so we give food names to basically everything.
Yeah.
All right. It started with soup.
Because who made soup?
I don't know. Soup just was a thing. But it started with soup because it was like, you know, there's a lot of shit that's being mixed together and you just like mix the soup, you know? Yeah. And there's a lot of different stuff and
wait,
it's a reaction soup.
Is this called salad because Hazel's like tossing all the other things together?
It's salad because it's soup, but instead of heating it up with pyro, you add some vegetables in it with dendro. Salad is nice in the sense that it's really good in single target, but also really good in AoE.
Okay.
Now, it's hard to show it in AoE because there's no good AoE chambers right now, unless I Wolf Lord, which I am not doing.
Understandable. Wait, okay, I can't tell if this is a troll, Zajef, because the person's called Trolldemore, but they said you should see the air fryer team. That's a false.
Oh, yeah.
That's not real, right?
No, it is real.
Like actual?
Yeah.
Who is that team?
So air fryer is you basically just use a lot of air to cook things, right? So you go for Pyro, Animo, and Dendro, right? So it's basically a burning team where you have your Animo unit be the trigger for the burning.
Oh, and I guess if you use Wanderer, then it makes even more sense because you're frying in the air.
Generally, this team is better with Sucrose than with Paizo. Like, Sucrose is generally the best driver for it. Yeah. But your Sucrose is level 60, and because you're relying... Basically, so the way that this works is you generate a bunch of seeds on the ground with Deluge the Best and Singto, and then you apply Electro on the enemies, and then Hazo, or any Animo unit, triggers Swirl, and then that Electro Swirl will hit the seeds, and it's going to trigger Hyper Bloom.
Jesus, okay.
Okay, he's grouping. But as you can see, does pretty well in AoE.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, true. God damn. Okay.
I think we can start getting into the like actual like real review part of it. Like actually like going through your stuff.
Did you wash your hands?
I just noticed that your Sino is C2.
Yeah. You know, I absolutely love him. I do. But because I don't really do Abyss too much, and even then, it's still kind of rare for it to be super useful for the Abyss. It's like there's just not too much where he is super useful in the game.
Yeah, you have to use his burst, and then you kill the Haley Troll, and then you don't.
Yep. Yeah. I genuinely think that's also a reason why I still love Diluc, why I choose to main him.
Because he's just shit.
Well, no, because I find his playstyle really fun, having multiple uses. He's not OP, even when he's built super well. He's definitely not super strong. But like, I run him at like, I can't even remember what it is, like 2k attack, 89 crit rate, 220 crit damage or something. And he can do a boatload of damage, but I don't know. I enjoy him more than others that kill things way too quickly. I also got pretty lucky with Diluc, though. I do have him at C3 as well. I want C4. Jesus. He's insane.
I like how
we're still in burst.
I like how the shield just fucking doesn't last at all.
It's wild, dude.
Out of the characters that you haven't built yet, what characters do you think like are fun? What characters would you like to make work?
Okay, I think in terms of fun, I'd probably say Tignari, and then maybe for certain teams to see like new teams or something, maybe Mona. I'm so reluctant to build Mona. I don't know why. Can you make good Sayu teams? Okay. I tried. It was funny to use in the trial. I think it was with Kaya, Zhangling, and someone else, where you just roll with the thing spinning around you. That was so funny, dude.
I can show you some fun Sayu salad stuff.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. Maybe Kuki as well, because obviously Kuki needs building. Kaya, 100%. Honestly, Chongyun is fun too, if I could. All right. Like Chongyun Shenhe combo kind of thing, because I usually do DPS Shenhe.
Okay.
That's probably it out of those, to be honest. I think
we've got these characters that you are interested in. Now I'm gonna talk to you about a few like team archetypes, and I want you to let me know if you think it sounds fun.
Okay.
So we've already talked about salad. Would you like to like build stuff to get some salad stuff going?
Yeah, that could be fun. It did look fun.
If you want to make Kaya work, we could do some oven.
What is oven?
Okay, so.
Ooh, okay. I'm liking the look of this. This looks interesting. My Bennett has 921 EM.
Base.
Okay.
So oven, the origin of the name oven comes from, it's like a version with pyro of fridge. Now, fridge is a mechanic where usually, right, if I do a normal attack and then a do so E, I generate 2 bloom seeds on the ground.
Yep.
Right? However, if I add some cryo into the mix.
Yep. He's cheating on the fridge.
Okay, there we go. So you see how I got 3 seeds this time?
Uh-huh.
Right, and that was still only with 1 Nahida normal. Basically, fridge is a mechanic where by applying cryo onto an enemy that has dendro, you can kind of cheat, and you trigger freeze and bloom at the same time when you apply hydro. But that means that because you're triggering 2 reactions instead of 1, less of your hydro is like getting to dendro. And that means that you're removing less dendro. You can trigger more blooms, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. What you can do is you basically...
Ah, shit. Damn, okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Damn decent damage indeed.
Wow.
That is oven.
Is there a microwave team?
Yes. Microwave is not nearly as cool though. It's basically just a Zhongli team where you focus on maximizing his pillars.
Fair, okay.
So would you be interested in working some oven stuff?
Yeah, for sure. That seemed fun.
Now let's talk about curry.
I do love myself some spice. I'm trying to think, chat, why this team could be fucking called Curry. Maybe because you're mixing them all up. I don't know. Hyper Bloom's so busted. Holy.
Yeah, that's not really Hyper Bloom though. It's mostly Virgin.
Oh, okay.
The basic idea behind Curry, if I do Hydro into Dendro, I get a Bloom and it removes the Dendro. Because Hydro into Dendro is like a strong side reaction. So it basically just wipes the whole aura. If, however, I add some Electro into the mix, I get a Bloom, but also he's left with some Dendro.
Okay.
But it's not actually Dendro, it's Quicken, right? If I hit him, I get red. Because of this Electro, you can get 2 Bloom Seeds still.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's the main reason why Hyper Bloom is most of the time just better than Virgin. It's because you just generate more seeds, right? Yeah. Electro Charge makes it so that when you apply Dendro, you both Bloom, so you get a seed, and Quicken. But triggering Quicken puts Dendro on the enemy, right? Because Quicken is Dendro. Which means that as long as you have a fuck ton of Electro and a fuck ton of Hydro, which are both pretty easy, like Fischl and Singso. Even if your Dendro application isn't the fastest, you still get basically always 2 seeds per Dendro application. In Virgin, you kind of can't do that because all that's going to happen is you're going to start burning, and that's going to make you lose Dendro.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can use an Electro unit that doesn't really yoink your seeds like Fischl or like Beto. Right? Same thing as with Salad. Just to keep an Electro Aura onto the enemies. And it effectively makes you generate more seeds. That is the basic idea behind. However, there is a next level to Curry. Okay?
Oh god, okay.
And the next level is the Zajef special. It's a homemade team.
Okay. Yeah, homebrewed team.
Your Razor is level 60, so the damage will be a little bit pitiful.
Oh, okay.
And this team, right? You are effectively doing the Curry stuff. But you're doing it all with one unit, right? Your unit that applies Pyro and your unit that applies Electro, same unit. Yeah. It's Razor with C6 Bennett buff.
Damn, oh, that's Giga Brain, okay.
And especially in AoE, this team can get kind of crazy. This is floor 12. Oh yeah, that was before Nahida came out, so it's not ideal, but...
Oh my god. Gee, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of insane.
You also get to abuse the fact that when you use Razor's Burst, right? It applies Electro on your character.
Yep.
When you use Bennett's Burst, it applies Pyro on your character.
Yeah.
What's Pyro plus Electro? Overload. And as it turns out, when your Razor is built with like 1000 EM from the Sapwood Blade plus the Gilded plus like all that shit, your overloads hurt a little bit.
Yeah, you don't say.
And so when you're standing in both bursts at once, you're getting a bunch of overloaded damage.
Yeah, just for nothing.
Yeah, just from existing. The difference in damage between level 60 and level 90. At level 60, it's around 1400.
Oh god.
At level 90, it's 4300.
Over double.
So it's... Yeah, it's almost triple, I think.
Jeez.
Is it triple? 2.9.
God damn.
Times more damage. And yeah, so this is Thundering Fury. And
Thundering Fury.
Yeah,
oh,
you're not allowed to call it anything else.
Okay. Okay, I like that. Yep.
Yeah, so is that a team you might be...
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's the most interesting one yet.
I've talked about Fridge a little bit, but Fridge is kind of meh if you end up like not doing it like.
I like to not pay too much attention and just go unga bunga.
Fridge is not the thing for you then.
No.
But Hyper Fridge might be.
Oh god. Oh goddamn! Okay.
As you can see, we're getting a lot of seeds. It's just
so many numbers. Holy shit.
But the numbers aren't that big because Cookie's dog shit right now. You want to know a cool trick?
Mm-hmm.
If you fight Masanori between midnight and 2 a.m., he's like almost 3 times tankier.
What?
And yeah.
Wait, why?
And instead of having 2 minutes, you have 5 minutes.
Wait, what? Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Now that makes so much more sense as to when people were doing test stuff. Get frozen, idiot. Jesus. God damn. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely an interest. I like the freeze aspect of this team as well. This is pretty cool.
If your Cookie is not level 40, it becomes a little bit stronger.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, most of your damage is Hyper Bloom.
I think Kuki should probably be my next character that I do level, right? I would say.
Probably, yeah.
She seems to be used in a lot of different teams. Would you class these teams as meta or no?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
People who like don't really like look into meta that much often like think that meta is basically just like, wow, this team is good at speedrunning Abyss. So that's meta.
Yeah, to be fair.
And like, it's part of it for sure. But there's so many like strong meta teams that can revolve around so many different interactions. And unless you actually like participate in meta discussion, you're probably just not gonna hear about them because, well, it's kind of like when you don't engage with a subject, you're never gonna learn much about it, right?
100%, yeah.
Dendro made so many new reaction stuff, and because the floor for Dendro stuff, right, base damage for Hydroloon stuff is like so high. So because the floor for Dendro teams is so high, then it makes it so that a lot of these teams can just be good.
I think a lot, including me, sometimes like either misunderstand meta or make assumptions based around meta that it's just like optimizing purely the highest damage team, blah blah blah, and it's just not fun. But it seems like this don't. I mean, there's obviously teams that can do a shit ton more damage, but like the fun aspect of a lot of these teams are surprising me.
One of the things that people are interested in is like what's going to be the strongest thing. Yeah. But like, it's not the only thing.
Someone said, so would Sunfire Gene classify under a fun team? I mean, fun's subjective, right?
But yeah, I mean, Sunfire can be pretty fun. Do you know about Sunfire Gene?
Briefly, but yes.
In Genshin, Bennett, right? Like we talked about with Razor, Bennett applies Pyro to your character, right? Yeah. Well, Gene's Burst applies Animo to your character, so you can swirl your character. And swirling your character, well, deals damage to enemies around you. But because swirl is like a special reaction, it spreads the element. And so you're actually applying pyro to enemies around you. Oh, okay. Right, because you're like doing pyro around you, people called it Sunfire. Like I've talked a little bit about gauge theory earlier. About how like sometimes stuff like in specific orders changes the amount of reactions you can trigger. Yeah. Right? So like, for example, Kaya's E applies 2 units of cryo, and Bennett's E applies 2 units of pyro, and the others are 1 unit. So what ends up happening is if I do Kaya E into Bennett E, it removes everything. Okay, understandable. If I do it the other way around, it doesn't. There's still some left. The reason for that is because when you're triggering melt, right? You know that when you do it with pyro onto cryo, it deals more damage, right? Okay, yeah. That's the whole like melt and reverse melt stuff, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, the thing about reverse melt is that it doesn't just deal less damage, it also consumes less of the aura. Okay. So if you're applying 2 units of cryo, it's only going to remove 1 unit of pyro. It gets divided by 2, basically. Whereas forward melt, right? Pyro onto cryo, if I apply cryo and then melt like Bennett's E, it's multiplied by 2. It's very cool. I like it a lot. I think it's a bunch of really cool interactions. Right, so if I do, for example, Yunvei normal attack into Diona hold E, I get 2 of the numbers that get melted, and I remove the aura and they're left with nothing. Yeah. But if I do the same thing with Bennett's E instead, there's still some pyro left. Oh shit, okay. Because Bennett applies more.
Yeah, that's something I never knew. I never ever, that never even crossed my
The
mind.
game doesn't tell you. The thing about Sunfire is it actually applies 2 units of pyro. About 2 units of pyro. Which means that if you use Sunfire, if I just do this.
There you go. Nice.
Oh, see? Now we don't melt our charge taunts anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but because Sunfire applies 2 pyro, instead of being able to take 2 melts, it can take 3 to 4.
Of course.
As you can see, the pyro's just not fucking disappearing.
Jesus.
Until it's over. Yeah, because our self-swirl is swirling pyro into the enemies, and it's applying about 2 units instead of the 1 that Changling applies.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is gonna take a lot of solidifying into my head, because this, I kind of wish they did teach you about this, because learning all of that, like, there's so many different potentials for different teams now. You know what I'm hoping for, and a lot of people hate me for this? I don't look at leaks, and I don't want to know, just in case you do know, but dude, people flame me for saying this, but because I love Daya's design, right? I think Daya looks phenomenal. I want her to be a merchant support character.
I think that could be cool.
I think it could be. I think it'd be sick, and then I could have 2 hot pyro claymore people on one team.
I think that the main thing that Burgeon needs is hydro units that work better with it, not pyro units that
that's fair.
are good at doing it. If we want to make these work properly for Salad, ideally you'd want to use Sucrose. Would you have any opposition to leveling your Sucrose?
No. No, I can level Sucrose.
Okay. For oven stuff, it's basically, I mean, it's Kea, basically.
Hell yeah.
Kea was already in there. You said you might be interested in the Thundering Fury stuff.
100%.
So that would mean Razor. What do you want to do with Mona?
If she's okay, so the only reason that I would be interested in leveling Mona is for like the nuke teams. But if she's not used in anything other than that, then I don't care.
Mona's fine in Ganyu teams sometimes, or like Ayaka teams. I would most of the time not actually recommend her over Kokomi.
Well, that's it. If I can get more of a like investment in a different character to bring more out of it, then I'd rather do that for sure. Sayu
is gonna be probably like lower priority than the other because none of her stuff is like different. It's just like applying Salad to Sayu basically, and it's a lot worse basically.
It's a sleepy salad. It's a sleepy salad.
So let's go through what they have. So main thing actually is honestly, you have very good artifacts.
Hell yeah.
And like there's a few characters where you don't have like the optimal set, but what you have can still work, and you'd be able to get a significant amount more out of focusing on some characters' talents and just character levels.
Yeah.
Than out of your artifacts. Like your return on investment for your artifacts right now is pretty low.
Yeah.
Like the amount that you'll improve like based on your resin spent is pretty shit compared to some of your characters' talents and just levels.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and there's also a few weapons that should probably be leveled.
Yeah. Weapons and talents are definitely a must for me.
I think that like right now, like there's a lot of your characters that like they're level 80, but I bet you don't really use them that much.
Yeah, so like Zhao, Eula, Klee, Hu Tao, Ganyu, Shenhe, I barely use them.
There's a bunch of characters that are used in so many teams that you can like almost guarantee that they'll never be like benched, and that actually get a lot of value out of levels. A character like Xingqiu, like yeah, you're probably never benching him, but getting him to 90 doesn't do that much. Getting him to Ascension 6 can be nice to level up his talents to level 9 or 10, right?
Yep.
But the levels themselves don't do that much for him. And like it's not the end of the world if he stays at level 80, even without the Ascension, right? Like getting him to 90 Ascension 6 in his talents would be like a 10 to 15% damage increase, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Whereas some of the characters, they like get like 30 to 40% more damage from being leveled up properly. I'm thinking about characters like Kazuha.
Yeah, Kazuha, maybe even Ito. Not that he needs
You
it.
could, but honestly, A, your Ito's strong enough that you don't need to.
Yeah.
And B, he also doesn't get as much out of levels as someone like Kazuha.
Fair.
But yeah, like someone like Kazuha, someone like potentially Sucrose, Kuki, if you end up playing Thundering Fury a lot, Razor. And then if you do want to play like Quicken teams, like Technari, Yai, Fischl maybe.
Okay.
These characters are probably the only ones on your account that are already level 90 that like would actually gain a significant amount from being level 90.
Mm-hmm.
These don't even like necessarily need to be, it just helps. But honestly, with the state of your account, you probably don't need them to be level 90 to be able to clear like without a problem.
Yeah.
And the difference on them is also not as big as it is, right? The thing about transformative reactions is that they scale only with your level. Well, level and like elemental mastery, right? But if you don't have high level for your transformative reaction, they will do garbage damage.
Yeah, okay. Pretty to look at, but not anything more than that.
These three definitely, and then if you want to play Thunder Razor as well, should be brought to level 90. With the most important one probably being Kuki, because when you play Kazuha and Sucrose, their damage matters, and like getting more damage, like leveling them to 90 is very, like it's very significant.
Yeah.
But they're not like 60% of your team's damage. So if like a quarter of your damage is like 30% less, well, that's a quarter of 30%, right? It's not that big of a deal for your, right? And just for your DPS and for how good it feels, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's good. I think that should be pretty easily doable as well. It's a good start, I think, to focus on doing.
Kuki, 90. Kazuha, 90. Sucrose, 90. Razor, 90. Now, out of the stuff that we've talked about, that we've looked at, and whatever, what teams do you, like, would you want to go, like, focus on? So what teams do you think are most fun?
I'd definitely say the Thundering Fury team for one of them, and then probably Oven out of the rest of them. I think that one seemed really fun as well. Yeah.
Okay, so if you do end up doing Oven, I guess you would want your Iron Sting to be level 90. Favonius, Sword, 90. Favonius, Sword, 90.
2?
Yes.
2?
Trust me on this, okay? Fav Sword is the most fucking important weapon in the game.
Okay.
I made the mistake of refining my Fav Swords, and now I only have one R3 Fav Sword, and that's it.
Wait, what?
And I haven't gotten a Fav Sword in like 2 years.
What?
I regret refining it to R3, which prevents me from using an R2 and an R1 on two different characters. Probably the most out of any decision I've ever made on my...
Jesus Christ. Do you just not pull on Weapon Banner, or are you just really unlucky? You don't?
I don't pull on Weapon Banner.
Fair.
For him, you'd also need, I guess, Noblesse. Yeah.
Yeah.
For Oven, I guess you'd also want Emblem for Sing Tao, but
No.
because I mean, apart from, I mean, you can use something else, yes, but yeah, because your 2-piece is very good. Like, it's not necessary. Emblem, Noblesse. You could farm the flop set for some EM main stats, because it is generally the best set for Hyperbloom stuff and stuff like that. Allege. He gets a significant portion of his damage spread, so there's a good argument to get him to level 90 as well.
From what, sorry? From crit?
From spread.
Oh, what about Tartag? I should probably get him up too, right? I think.
Yeah, if you want to play the international, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll probably ascend him pretty soon.
Okay.
Okay.
So first thing is get his talents to 8-8.
Okay.
And then after that, if you want to keep investing into him, you can ascend him again and get his talents to 9-9 or 10-10.
Yeah.
There's no real need to get him to level 90. So
That's good to know, actually. Talents,
and then child, A6, and then child, talents again. Basically, same thing for Sengling, Pyronado. That's it.
Okay, fair.
That's the thing. And then same thing as child. I don't have to write it down. But characters that deal most of their damage through their talents, right? Talent levels is generally like, if you have at least decent artifacts, which you basically have more than decent artifacts, the most efficient use of your resin is to level up their talent.
Okay.
And then in order to level up their talents, you have to ascend them. So once you get to, I mean, this is going to be talent 11, right? 8 and then the +3.
Yep.
In order to get it to 12 or to 13, you need to ascend her again. So if you want to keep us like going for the talents, you just do that. And then also important for child would be leveling up Polar Star to 90. Thundering Pulse should also be 90 though. That Lance is nice to have on 90, but you're probably not using it on that many characters.
Just write 5 and I'll level up all my 5 weapons.
Do you have any 5-star catalysts? You don't, right?
I literally have none.
You should probably consider leveling the 1 even star then. You could consider getting the Viridescent Hunt to 90.
Damn, 90? Okay.
I have Skyward Harp, but most of the time my child is on Viridescent Hunt.
Damn, okay. Fair.
Because if you ever get value out of the effect, it's just the best option, the best weapon.
Okay.
Like, keeping enemies grouped is just so broken when you're in AoE.
Yeah.
And because child isn't like the only source of damage team, there's also Xiangling that does a pretty significant amount, then having a thing that isn't like a 5-star weapon on him isn't that big of a nerf to your DPS. And so personally, I've been using Viridescent Hunt a lot more than my Skyward Harp.
Okay. That's good to know. I can level that then.
You could level up your 5 Codex because it's good on Nahida, but the attack doesn't really do that much, so it's not like that necessary. That's probably it for the weapons. Beto.
Oh yeah, true.
You don't need to get her 80. Like, I noticed that a lot of your characters are like level 80 out of 80. That doesn't really do that much. So for that reason, I'm going to say Beto 70 out of 80. Beto talents. Her burst is a lot more important than her E.
Is it worth crowning his E, do you think, for Ayato? Or just keeping it at 9?
Crowning is one of those things where, like, if you use them, it's always resin efficient because it's just more talent levels.
Yeah.
But you have a limited amount of them. And so because of that, it's kind of just like, do you like the character enough to crown them?
Okay, fair, yeah.
No character is like, you need to crown them. It's just, it increases their damage just like any other talent level up does.
Yeah.
Do you use Shao?
I don't.
Okay.
I have some really good artifacts, and I have Primordial. I can get like a good gel build. I just don't enjoy him too much.
Bren. What about Shaolad?
What about what?
Shaolad.
Gel lad.
Yeah. So remember Salad?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Is Zhao gonna be the Hazel?
Yes.
Zhao's
He's
gonna be the one that tosses the salad?
Yes.
Oh god. Oh god, this is gonna be so funny. Jesus Christ.
You like that dodge?
Yeah. There's a lot of EM Zhao, dude. Lament. Jesus Christ. Wow.
I love Shaolad. I think it's like one of the funniest teams in the game.
Well, it's funny, but it also, in my opinion at least, it seems like a more fun playstyle for him at least, rather than just bouncing all the time. Jesus. Makes a lot of
so this
sense.
is probably the list that we're ending up with. I will send you this.
Hell yeah.
I think that kind of does it for the like review stuff.
Yeah. That was fucking wonderful. I'm not gonna lie, I came into this expecting you to be like, wow, this has got dog shit, and then be like, yeah, just go farm, idiot. I didn't expect it to be that in-depth, but that was hella good. Thank you. Thank you a lot. That's given me a lot of stuff to do over the next couple of months at least to improve on stuff other than just normal daily crap that I've been pretty much wasting time on at the minute. So yeah, that's really good. I have a lot of farming to do.